It promised to be the showdown of the year. New Zealand's longest competing rally driver, Paddy Davidson, backed up by Murray Walker, throwing down the gauntlet to Australia's fastest rally drivers. Only a stone's throw from Canberra city centre. The car started on a dash for the coveted #1 position in the Esanda Finance Rally of Australia. The burning question, could Canberra's Greg Carr beat the best from New Zealand in Australia? Carr has won the Castrol International Rally and beaten 3 world champions on his home turf. Could Carr overcome the dominance of the high-tech Mazda turbos? If he could, the Australian Championship would be his. Queensland's Murray Coote came to Canberra with one mission, to also win the championship. As the Esanda Rally was the deciding and final round, most experts agreed that the rally would be a battle royal between Carr and Coote. There were a number of local and overseas drivers who could upset the front-runner plans. David Eadie, a young charger from Bega, was probably next on the card worth betting on. In his GIO-backed Mazda, he recently taken the Bega Valley Rally. New Zealand's Paddy Davidson, a veteran of rallying over the Tasman, spent more time in Canberra Forest than anybody else earlier in the week. Going over the roads used as many as 3 or 4 times, trying to note every bend and dip. It would pay off for him later in the event with some brilliant stage times. With the regular Level Springs Mazda driver Wayne Bell out of action, former New South Wales champion and local Peter Clark was drafted into the team at last minute. He would prove that coming out of semi-retirement can be very rewarding. Over 12 kilometres of twisty forestry roads were picked by the organisers to provide all types of road conditions. As expected, a total traction Mazda was fastest.
It goes to Murray Coote, an extremely quick time, and to present the cheque, Tony McMaster from McDonald's Western. The pain's killing him.
Peter, second fastest time. Did that surprise you?
Well, it's the first time I've driven the car competitively. I only drove it the first time yesterday and a bit of a run around the forest here this morning, so I guess it does surprise me really, although I know the roads pretty well and that's a big advantage.
Greg, it's between you and Murray Coote for the Australian Rally Championship. That must be very much in the back of your mind. Which is it, championship or win the event or both?
Oh, both obviously, but in order it's the championship first, there's no doubt about that. I think as far as the sponsors, Gazebo Hotels and Mitsubishi are concerned, well, the championship's what counts. But we'll be still trying to win this event. So I was a bit surprised at the speed Murray went round this prologue. He's very fast, so I think I got my work cut out for me.
Who will be the main challenge other than Greg, do you feel, in this field?
Oh, it's a very open field, Max. It's any number of, I would say, 6 or 7 crews could win this event with any shadow of a doubt.
All the best, Murray.
Thank you.
David, happy with that prologue time?
Yes, I think that prologue time was just about perfect for us.
In what way? You're back in the field a little?
Yeah, Greg's in front of us and Murray's in front of us. We think that they'll probably ease off now and have a race between themselves, a race to finish. We're looking to to have a fairly substantial win outside Bega, which will be this event, we hope. And there's not much competition, we don't think, left in front of us.
What's the attraction in coming to Australia for this event?
I believe, and some of the other of us in New Zealand believe, that Australian rallying, although it's behind New Zealand rallying, I think in the next 2 years it's going to catch up. I certainly like to see it. And we'd like to be on the ground floor, really.
After the prologue, crews returned to rally headquarters for a driver's briefing. The cars headed out Saturday morning after a ceremonial start to the first special stage. The drivers reached speeds of up to 200 kilometres per hour on this section. For most of the stage, the drivers would be in 5th gear. David Eadie was fastest by 1 second from Clark and Coote, making it Mazda 1, 2, 3. Carr was 6 seconds slower, and Davidson 17 seconds slower. Most navigators were using pace notes, which give the driver an accurate description of every metre of the road. Those who did the best notes would shine through. The superior traction of the 4-wheel drive Mazdas was already being felt. Some of the yet-to-be-built suburbs in southern Canberra provided the tar roads used for the rally. Greg Carr proved his ability. He wound the Starion Turbo up with a scorching time, 3 seconds faster than Davidson in the Nissan. Next was Officer in the sister Starion to Carr, with Paddy Davidson in the fabulous V6 Nissan. Let's go for a quick ride with Paddy. Rallying is now a very professional sport. Some teams spend as much as $80,000 on just one car. Special rally tyres are used, made of very soft rubber, to give maximum grip on the slippery surfaces. They only last for 40 to 50 kilometres. The cars feature uprated suspensions, a full roll cage with safety and adjustable brakes. All the cars competing are not far removed from the car in your driveway. We wouldn't recommend you try this type of driving in your family car, though. Although Greg Carr showed the field a clean set of wheels on the tarmac stages, it was Coote who had it all his own way on the traditional forestry roads. At this stage, the roads had taken a toll of some of the leading contenders. Eric Petilia, driving the sister Yokohama car to Coote, succumbed to a broken camshaft. Local hotshot Graham Vaughan in the McDonald's Toyota suffered a broken crankshaft. The teams had put in a major effort to build a new car for the rally, only to be sidelined with mechanical failure. Gary Groot in the McDonald's Dixon Toyota called it a day when a $1 rotor button broke. It's funny how the $1 parts stop the $50,000 cars. Peter Clark was proving that he could still mix it with the boys by being second behind the Flying Coote, while Paddy Davidson was third. Paddy was demonstrating some of his World Championship rally skills he possessed by beating some fancy local competitors. John Stilling had crashed, while the Long brothers in their awesome Commodore blew up the engine. Adrian Taylor from Western Australia was leading his class in the Peter Jackson Honda CRX. Adrian has driven front-wheel drive cars for over 10 years, and his experience was showing through. At the end of Division 1, he was faster than some of the four-wheel drive turbo cars. Former Australian champion David Officer hit some problems with his Starion to finish the division in 17th place. Rallying attracts all types of people. South Australian schoolteacher Ed Ordinsky, driving a Subaru, was fourth, and Brisbane pastor George Kaler was sixth. I wonder if he was getting any extra help. Depending on the type of car, rally drivers employ many different methods to negotiate corners. The Nissan, driven by Paddy Davidson, used the oversteer method, where you flick the steering wheel one way, then quickly back the other. This sets the car up on a power slide. It's important not to overdo it, though. The four-wheel drive cars are much neater because they have tractions on all four wheels. Canberra is famous for its rally roads. Bullock Paddock Road is one of the fastest in Australia. Cars reach top speeds along here. The road is a bit tricky for the novice driver because it dishes up a few jumps combined with a slippery surface. Coote was continuing to apply the pressure on Clark, Davidson, Edie and Ordinsky. Carr was driving like a man possessed, but on the tighter roads he was giving away seconds to the Flying Mazdas. Although the Starion has 300 horsepower, it isn't always a match for the four-wheel drive car of Coote and Clark. On the stages that contained faster roads, Carr closed the gap. Davidson continued to surprise everybody in the car affectionately dubbed the lead sled because of its weight penalty. Some of the midfield competitors provided some great cheering for the spectators. Veteran of many a campaign, Norm Fritter, threw the Commodore down the roads in a fashion that would make Peter Brock look twice. While Ian Reddock showed us the famous Scandinavian flick is often followed by the Alaskan spin. Jim Middleton, the popular driver from Sydney, demonstrated why he's one of the top drivers by sliding the 350 horsepower Commodore faultlessly into 9th place by the end of the daylight division. Steve Cox, driving an Agent 240Z, rounded off the top 10 at the McDonald's meal break.
Ian Stewart, as Murray Coote's navigator, your job to keep an eye on what's going on with the car at service points like this?
Yes, Max, I take care of the fuel requirements and pass the radio messages and get the guys on the radio ready for our arrival at service points and make sure they've got their new brake pads out and that.
So then it all seems a fairly low-key, laid-back affair here.
It really is. I've just gone and borrowed some brake pads from Bruce Robertson in the other 323, and so we'll be putting them in tomorrow. We've just put our last set of spare half-worn brake pads in now, having ruined the first set, and they'll carry us through till tomorrow morning probably. We will fit the borrowed ones.
How do you seem much more relaxed now than you were a little earlier on in the day?
Oh, did it show a bit, did it?
It did, you were nervous.
Well, it's a strange country, and we knew the roads would be strange, and they are strange. The surfaces change all the time, and we don't know which surface is which. We're just getting to grips with it, but if we went back and did the notes again and went over, we'd be much happier. Sometimes you come up to a corner and you put the brakes on and you stop just here. The next time you put the brakes on and you're still going way over there somewhere. It's quite surprising.
That real slippery surface out there.
Yeah. Some, obviously the experienced guys can tell which is which, but we don't know yet.
Peter, doesn't seem to be any worries with the car.
No problems really. We got a small wheel bearing problem, but we think she'll see the distance. Apart from that, we had a little water problem earlier, but we think we got that fixed too. So everything's sweet.
What will you be looking out for tonight in particular and tomorrow in the car?
Basically just anything coming loose. We haven't really got any problems at all at this stage. It's going to worry us. So just everything coming loose is check tyre wear and brake wear, and that's about all.
Neil Taylor, as Adrian's service manager, he looks a little agitated over there.
No, he's not agitated. I think he's just a